Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. My name is Justin. Beautiful day here in upstate New York. It's a good day to go trucking, but it's also a good day to go check out what is coming down the pipeline as far as trucks. Behind me is truck 144, kind of a project truck we've been working on, and we got a bit of money wrapped up into it. It's almost ready to go. I think some of the last videos I was driving it and definitely having some fun making some noise with this thing. It's a great sounding truck. Today's truck that we go check out is going to be quiet. And I'm going to tell you, I have actually quite a bit of green stuff coming up. I'm going to a clean truck event. I probably have been there till you're watching this video, but there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. I don't even know what all yet, but we had this opportunity to check out this electric truck that we're going to go see today. I got to check it out. We're going to see what it is. We would have a place for it in our fleet. The big question is it something that we want in our fleet? Trust me, I'd love to test this truck out, try it out, see what it does. But there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of big things. This truck that we're going to check out is actually, I think this truck is for sale. We'll find out. But there's a lot of big questions and there's a lot of risk. And that's what scares me. I was out and drove that Nikola truck today, but this is just a little apology because I don't go out with notes, you know, hey, here's what I want to ask, here's what I want to do. A lot of this stuff is just done from the hip, you know, and I'm going to do this whether I take a camera or not. So even if I wasn't having a YouTube channel, I would still go out and want to see what is available in electric trucks. There's a lot of new stuff coming down the pipeline. So it's not just for the channel, but it's also for my own knowledge. I also like the horsepower. I didn't even ask the horsepower. We've been working kind of behind the scenes, trying to figure out exactly like how this is going to fit into our fleet if we were to get a truck. There's many questions, and I'm going to get into some of those things. Those things, I'll tell you, I will write those things down. There's a list of things that we have to check to see if this would work in our fleet or not. There's other electric trucks as well. I want to see what all is out there. So again, sorry for like not, you know, usually I get to a truck and I'm like, how much horsepower does it have? What is the gearing? What's the ratio? Well, you don't really know that with this because there's nothing to do with RPMs. It's nothing to do with gears. You know, horsepower is like this truck had 645 horsepower, but like that's the only spec really. It's continuous horsepower, so it's like 645 horsepower the whole way up through. There's no shifting, so that was pretty cool. But these electric trucks have a lot of power, but as far as the rest of the spec, like it's brand new. There's not really a gear in there. It's simply just a motor that sits on the end of the wheel that drives the wheels. So it's pretty basic in that sense. It's a brand new Nikola truck. So here you go, guys. You ready for this? Are you sure you're ready? Here they are. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's one out on a test drive. So they got 6 of these trucks here. These are all for sale, and these are fully electric. I know some of you guys are probably like, Justin, what are you doing? What are you like? What are you thinking? I tell you, one thing for sure, everybody's got to learn to change. You never know what's coming down the pipeline. I at least want to see these trucks. Like, what are they? What can they do? And at the end of the day, are they going to save us money? Things like that. The reality of switching over to a all battery fleet is impossible for us right now. There's just no way. But in business, you need to be on the cutting edge. You need to know what's out there. You need to like test these things out. You got to know what's coming, so that way you can make decisions, you know, for down the road. If you see this truck behind me, it just came through. So this thing is on. You don't even hear it. It's silent. I know I'm going all over the place here, but now you at least get an idea why I came out here, why I'm checking out these trucks. You got to know. I mean, I could turn a blind eye and just act like, you know what, electric's never coming, but the next thing you know, you could get run out of business. Now we're here in Syracuse, New York. So we drove about an hour. Trevor is actually out right now on a test drive, and I'm going to see if I get video of him coming back in. But in the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about Alta Equipment. Well, actually, I won't, but Kevin will. Here's Kevin. So go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, everybody. Kevin Davidson, account manager in the Rochester market for Alta Material Handling. And we're real excited to have Justin and Trevor up here to test drive one of our products, which is the Nikola Tre-Bev electric Class 8 over-the-road truck.
That's right, an electric truck. You'd think this guy would be running an electric truck, but we're gonna try it out today. Kevin, anything else with these electric trucks? Like, how many do you have here? Are you just starting to get them in? Is this kind of the start of things?
Yep. So Alta Material Handling has quite a large footprint. Really from Detroit all the way to New England, and then some areas down south. But we are a Nikola dealer. We've invested quite a bit in personnel, infrastructure, and production trucks. So we just took delivery right now. We've got 6 Tre-Bev electric Class 8 over-the-road trucks in stock, ready for delivery this year. A little bit about the Tre-Bev. It has the longest range of any EV in the Class 8 market, 350-mile range, lithium-ion batteries. Charge times run anywhere from 2 hours onward up, whatever you need. And we're real excited to partner with people like Justin and Flint Creek Transport to bring this to market.
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's definitely, I think we're in the early stages. We don't know where all this is going to go, but we're in the early stages of the electric future. Next week, I'm going to be going out to a clean truck event and hopefully finding out more information like what New York will offer us for getting an electric truck. There's incentives and things like that. And not only that, there's some other issues that need to be worked out, like weight issues and things like that, because these electric trucks are heavier. I never ran, I don't even know if I ever drove a Tesla. Like, I'm trying to think, I don't think I ever drove a Tesla. I sat in a Tesla, so I don't think I ever drove anything that was fully electric. Mm-hmm. Probably the closest thing was a John Deere wheel loader. They have a hybrid, like John Deere has a hybrid electric wheel loader. So this is gonna be new for me. I'm excited, and we'll see where this goes. So how many locations does Alta have, and are the Nikola trucks going to be in all the locations?
We're going to, our main service facility is going to be here in East Syracuse, New York, but there's going to be support across our network from Buffalo to Rochester to Syracuse to Schenectady, Binghamton. Those are going to be where the service centers are going to be. And that's just the Alta New York North Division.
But there's other
we
Alta
also
locations?
Yep, New York City area, Long Island, all throughout New England, Boston, all the way up to Maine. The footprint really covers the whole Northeast, and then a good portion of the Midwest.
Cool. What is the range on these electric trucks?
The range is 350 miles. There are some factors that can affect that. A couple of them being extremes, whether it's cold or heat, and obviously some inclines. One thing to know though about an electric vehicle is that regen braking is a big part of it. So the regen is settable on these tractors. A good rule of thumb is if say you're going up a 2-mile incline, you put about half of that back on the decline. So if you go up a 2-mile incline, on the downward side, you're going to put about a mile back into your range.
So if you're running flat, you got a range of about 330, 350?
Correct, yeah. Worst case scenario, again, extremes of temperature or terrain, 270 miles is about the worst case you're going to get.
What's like the best operating temperature for these electric vehicles?
I'd say if we get sub-zero, will affect it. But anywhere, I'd say from 20 degrees on up to maybe 80 degrees would probably be ideal. But the battery compartment, there's 9 batteries in these trucks. The battery compartment is temperature controlled. So we try to minimize, those variances as best we can, just with the systems on the truck.
Here's the other thing. You guys on the channel were wanting us to get a cab over truck, right? I know this is not a cab over truck, or I know this is not the cab over truck you guys were wanting, but let's go check out these trucks. They're pretty cool. So this one right here, they're doing an oil change too. Just kidding. So obviously there's no engine. This is they're just showing us this one, and pretty crazy. So there's things when we've been talking about these for a little bit. There's things that it's like, wow, and some of my questions are answered. Some of them, there's still, we got to see what's out there. But right off the bat, I mean, there's some of these things. Tire size, right? Tires are hard to get right now. These are a different size tire, 315, 80, 22.5. Can you get that in a drive tire, or the torque specs? Obviously this is a bit different, right? I think there's still nuts on there. It's hard to tell, but it's actually a nut, if you see that right there. So what are the torque specs, some of these things, how this works. I just looking at the frame, is it something that's going to hold up to what we do? One of my questions was, what happens, could a guy get electrocuted back here just by, bumping some wires and just, check doing his pre-trip? Actually, something in the cab where they hit a button and it checks everything. It won't even start up. And if there is something like that, you wouldn't even touch it yourself. You would be down and out. So there's some of those things that, yes, they're a little bit worrisome, but a lot of questions. One thing, it does have some wheelbase here. You got a little platform to stand on. Getting in and out of these trucks, it is definitely a little bit different. It's a little more challenging. It's not as easy as some of the other trucks to get in and out of. So in this cab is huge. This is technically not a sleeper, but you could put a mattress there and easily sleep there if you wanted to. But it is huge in here, tall, big. Like, I'm 6 foot, right? I'm 6 foot, I'm standing up. Like, I still got another 6-8 inches up there. A lot of space, a lot of storage. Like, I mean, you could basically haul another load in here if you wanted. Not quite, but you got a lot of storage space. Also, more storage under here. It's like your refrigerator. All kinds of good stuff. As far as driving, like, it's pretty basic. You have your drive, neutral, reverse. I'm going to get into driving. We're going to hop in. This truck is actually not set to drive on the road. We're going to go on the other one, but this is the one that's got this nice big flat screen here and over here. The other one is more of a test one, and it was like a early build, I guess they would call it. In our Kenworths, Peterbilts, there's so many more buttons and things like that. Here it's just, there's not much, but it is a little tricky getting in and out of. I'll tell you that. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to flip the hood on this truck, and I'll kind of show you the undercarriage and suspension and some of those things. But first, let's go for a test drive. This is the one we're going to be running today. This is the one that was at a few places here in the Northeast that the guys were demoing. This is the one we get to run. So guys, I'm here with Jim. Here's Jim.
How's it going?
You're somewhat tech here?
With Alta equipment,
okay.
Or Ultimate E-Mobility.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna go on this test drive. You're gonna show me how to run this thing?
Yep.
All right, let's hop in and go. So right off the bat, what's What's step one? What do we got to do?
Step one would be to hit the engine, well, start stop button. Yep, hit it one time.
Still silent.
You'll hear an audible walk that noise once. You'll put your foot on the brake and then hit that again. And then right in the center of the screen, it'll say starting up.
Oh, yep.
And then on. And then we're online, ready to go.
We're good to go.
And then let's go a quick rundown. Turn signals are obviously on your left like normal. This is the regen braking. There's 6 levels. You can see the level indicator as you move it. 6 is the most aggressive. Do that. All you got to do is release the brakes. So, yeah, push it like that. And then this one will pull up and hold to put it in a bobtail mode. Those ones do it automatically. And then all you got to do is with your foot on the brake,
hit the drive,
and then that switches to D over there. Right here.
Oh, yep.
And then if you want to adjust that steering wheel, there's that.
So I'm set to go.
All right. Yeah, you're set to go. That's it.
Oh man, this is crazy. This is silent.
Yeah. Pretty much the only thing you'll hear is when we go to turn, you'll hear tires scrubbing on the road. Something that's not very common.
All right, sorry guys, there's no Jake brakes today. I know you wanted a Jake brake video, but not this one.
Oh, it's because we were ready. So that's, no, you're fine. So what it does is, you probably didn't have your foot on the pedal at all, did you? Or were you just rolling?
Oh, I might.
It has roll away, so I thought we were rolling into a ditch. Yeah, it didn't. You gotta either have your foot on the throttle a little bit or resting on the brake, or it thinks we're rolling away.
Gotcha. Hope I'm still in neutral.
Yeah,
I see. My bad. All right.
Yeah, so now we're
One thing not to do. What happens if you're cruising down the highway like that?
won't do it because you
overspeed.
Yeah, it's like 3 miles an hour and below.
Gotcha.
It's if you were like parked on the side of the road and for some reason it got off a little bit and the brake was off and you started rolling.
Wow, this is crazy. This is silent. Can we do 0 to 60 test?
Yeah, once we get out of town here, we can. You can get out in front of him. You can just mat it if you want. Wow.
That is pretty crazy.
And a lot of people get it's about those fans running right now.
So what is that?
Just the cooling fans.
Okay.
Running the AC.
Keeping your batteries to temperature.
And the rear axle's cooled. And then the batteries, obviously they want to maintain a certain temperature. The batteries have a heater and they also have a chiller. So on a really hot day, it's like an AC compressor that cools your coolant instead of warms it up.
So now it's regenerating.
Oh yeah. So
125.
yeah, so that when you accelerate, that's a negative number, and then when you're coasting, it's.
So I didn't even have to hit the brakes.
Oh, and once we get through here, I'll have you put it on level 6, and you can feel what level 6 feels like. And let off.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even have to brake at all.
No. So I think it'll be, and that's the same way with a load on it. So I think there'll be a lot less wear on brakes and.
So I'm at this red light, guys. We're gonna do a 0 to 60 test, which proves nothing really, but just for kicks and giggles. I got it set up on my phone. He's holding it. We're gonna see what we can do. Can you hold the camera on that?
Yep.
I'm gonna do a test and see how sharp this thing turns. So we're gonna put it to its paces. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. I'm in like this little circle. But this thing turns sharp. I'm gonna stand about right at the back wheel. Cut it as hard as you can. You hear him chirp the tires? Okay guys, I know 0 to 60, what does it prove? Nothing really. I mean, it's a fast, powerful truck. I know sometimes I get frustrated with pickup truck and car enthusiasts. I should say more in the pickup world. They're so like, what does it do from 0 to 60? Well, you're not gonna go out there and do 0 to 60 every day. So to me, I don't care about 0 to 60 as much. I mean, I want power, but I want a reliable truck. If I have a $225,000 truck that goes down and can't run, that's frustrating. We're gonna flip this hood and I'll show you guys the rest of this truck. All right, if you wanna see under the hood, the cab is actually on air. Hey Jim, am I correct in saying that the cab is riding on air? Yeah. You got these 2 airbags in the front.
2 in the rear.
And then here in the back.
And the locks. Where it latches.
Yeah, there's an airbag here and over there. So basically your cab is riding on there, even though you have spring suspension. Yeah. For the frame. So it's a very, very nice ride. What do you do inside?
I just activated the cab tilt so I can run this controller.
Gotcha.
Without it activated, you can't.
It's not, now it's on that remote or that cord.
Yep.
So it lifts up the front first.
Yep.
And there you see it starting to go. All right, that's it. See the pack of springs in there. A lot of this stuff is like French to me. It's electric. I mean, there's the suspension parts are familiar. This is a 4-bag, actually 8-bag suspension. Yeah, 8-bag suspension, which is a good thing for what we do. Jim is going to show us the charge port here.
CCS1, rapid DC. Charges on the 2 on the bottom and communication on the top.
New York State offers some pretty big incentives right now for electric trucks. I think the incentive right now is around $180,000. The price of this truck is around $425,000. So you do a little bit of math and that puts you right in that $250,000 range. So guys, let me know what your thoughts, comments are on these electric trucks. This Alta Equipment, they have 6 of these trucks that if you guys are interested, come check them out. It was great though to come out and experience this truck and see how it fits into our fleet. There's some more math that I'll do for you guys and show you if there's a savings or not. So that'll be in another video. I know this one's getting way too long anyway. So there's actually 9 of these trucks available and I don't think they have sold any yet, but it'll be interesting to see how they get used, what applications they get used in. Again, these about 350-mile range. We could utilize it in our flatbed division of our fleet, hauling more stone and things like that. What are the pros, what are the cons? That's what I got to kind of weigh out. The other thing is that is somewhat concerning is like, this is like the first electric trucks. So I'm hoping to get out to this event in Buffalo and see what else is out there, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll take you with me. So stay tuned, guys. So we're headed back. One of the things that I didn't even ask is how much horsepower the truck has. Trevor did ask that question. He was a smart man. 625 horse, right?
I think that's what you said, yeah. 1,250 foot-pound.
625 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pound of torque. So a 475 cat would have 1850 pound-feet of torque, right? Aren't they rated at 1850?
Yeah.
Or 2050 on the 550?
Yep.
So it gives you a little idea. The 0 to 60 time was 10.5 seconds. did that just off my phone. That was pretty interesting. I'm not all gung-ho over electric, but at the end of the day, if it's saving you big money, if I don't do it, someone else is going to beat me to it. It's kind of the way I look at it. No, I'm not going to go all in on electric, but it's something that you want to definitely stay on the forefront. You definitely want to be on the cutting edge in your industry. So that's why I feel it's important to at least take a good hard look at electric trucks. Trevor, though, would be out of a job because there's nothing to do on an electric truck other than change tires and brakes.
Clean the bathroom.
Clean the bathroom and the shop floor, right?
That's right.
These videos that I do, they're just random. There's nothing scripted. I pretty much just shoot from the hip. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Have a great one. Peace out.